Hunters and anglers have been pivotal in achieving some of North America's greatest conservation successes. Tennessee boasts a rich history of conservation and outdoor recreation. For some, hunting and angling are ways to provide food for their families. For others, they are about enjoying and connecting with the great outdoors. For everyone, these activities are cherished traditions meant to be passed down through generations. The value of hunting and fishing is shared across much of the country. However, in some states, growing efforts threaten this valued tradition and the legal right to hunt and fish. To prevent such efforts from taking hold in Tennessee, Tennessee Wildlife Federation, alongside legislative partners, developed and passed a bill that enshrines hunting, fishing, and trapping as the primary methods of conservation and wildlife management in Tennessee.
House Bill 2263 looks to proactively prevent issues hunters in other states are facing by stating clearly in Tennessee statute that hunting and fishing are conservation and are the preferred methods of wildlife management.
But how exactly are hunting and fishing related to conservation? Let's take a step back to look at a system known as the North American Model of Wildlife Conservation. The model consists of 7 principles that guide wildlife management practices across the United States, based on the fundamental concept that wildlife is a public resource. Wildlife management relies on up-to-date scientific research to make informed decisions about each species. Laws regarding wildlife are developed by the public and enforced by state and federal agencies. The public has an ethical responsibility when it comes to hunting and trapping wildlife. Commercial hunting and the sale of wildlife are prohibited to ensure wildlife populations are not abused by overharvest. Wildlife move freely across the landscape. They are not contained within a city or state boundary. Therefore, the public has a right to enjoy wildlife, and each state has a duty to safeguard that right through conservation. And every citizen has the right and opportunity, under law, to hunt and fish. This democratization of hunting and fishing sets the United States apart from the rest of the world. The last 2 principles are the foundation of conservation in the United States and explain why hunters and anglers are critical to conservation and the ability to sustain it. Hunters and anglers directly fund conservation efforts across the country through license sales and taxes on related equipment. These funds are used by state wildlife agencies to maintain wildlife management areas, stock fisheries, improve habitat and access, and more. Hunters and anglers also help manage fish and wildlife populations, preventing overpopulation and disease. And anglers are important advocates for water quality. Everyone who participates in hunting and fishing in Tennessee is continuing our state's proud conservation legacy. Tennessee Wildlife Federation is dedicated to safeguarding these time-honored traditions. By helping pass legislation incorporating hunting and fishing as the primary methods of wildlife management, the Federation has ensured the preservation of Tennessee's hunting and angling heritage for generations.